What's happening, bitches? Well, this is going to be the last one for 2021. It's our Christmas episode. We got a couple questions from the audience. Not a whole lot. We're just going to kind of get into some random bullshit today. There's not much news going on other than, COVID, the shit we're not allowed to talk about. Fuck it. We could talk about new strand for Moderna to make some money on.
Shout out to West Virginia Senator Joe Manchin for striking down the Build Back Better plan. If and when I go through West Virginia next, I'm going to hunt you down and buy you a beer. You stand-up motherfucker.
Yeah, stand-up ass bitch.
Triple ho, motherfuckers. Merry Christmas. We are going to go out with a bang with this being the last episode. Matt was downplaying it. We got a bunch of crazy shit planned on this one. So stay tuned.
So we are going to put our dick out?
We're going to throw it right up on the table.
I'm glad I didn't take that bow off.
And just before we do, we're going to block Danny from the podcast. So.
Yeah. I'll get to see why my wife calls me the baby elephant.
What are the two key components for canine success? That's effective training and proper nutrition. Fueled by Team Dog brings those two components to your family and best friend. The perfect nutritional balance that results in a higher mental acuity, energy, overall vitality, and even an improved appearance. Every product you will find in my company's store was born from the battlefield and not from the boardroom. Let my life's work help you become your dog's hero.
I like telling people that. They're like, oh, y'all are pregnant? Yeah, we're pregnant with a baby elephant in the trunk showing. Y'all want to see it? Fuck them.
Oh, that's funny.
Fuck them all.
Are we starting with questions today?
We can start with questions. I do want to, towards the end, I want to talk. It's going to be short, the Alec Baldwin's hoe ass. Get into a little bit of that. Some news came out on that today.
Did he shoot someone again?
No. But
that's surprising.
They're actually going to pretty much come after his ass, or they're coming after his phone for sure to see everything. I mean, the dude's a fucking idiot. Let's just be honest. Dude's a fucking idiot. So we're going to go straight into a question. What is the coolest / dumbest gift you've gotten as a kid or as an adult?
Coolest / dumbest. Well, so both?
You can go either or.
Or either or. I mean, to me, I don't think there's a dumbest, because anytime somebody gets you a gift, irrespective of whether or not you wanted it or think it's fucking dumb or whatever, the fact is they got you something, and I just wouldn't call it fucking dumb, Coolest gift is tough, because I've gotten a lot of really neat sentimental things. There's not really one that stands out. I'm gonna have to think about that for a minute. You got anything?
The coolest gift, it's weird for me, because it don't have to be the best thing I've ever got as far as something I use all the time. But as my daughter was growing up, the private school she went to for a while, they had a Christmas where you can buy your parents whatever from this little Christmas store, kind of like we had at Scholastic growing up. But they bring in these little bookshelves or whatever, and you buy your parents anything.
Yeah.
And I still have every gift she's ever bought me.
Yeah, that's cool.
In a box, and it's one of them's a tool set, and it's shaped like a car, and it's got a fucking
that's awesome.
and
that's cool as shit.
All kinds of cool, and I've actually used it a few times, like in a pinch, like fuck, I need something. Putting together AR, it's almost a perfect AR setup.
Yeah,
and I go grab that and put that shit together. I got an iPod.
Yeah,
old school iPod, and in the back engraves "I love you, Daddy," and
that's awesome.
It's shit like that to me. That's what, to me, Christmas is more about the memories, not what can you get me.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, it's a sentimental value. That makes me think of one thing in particular that, now that I think about it, kind of stands out in a similar fashion, and it's funny too, but it's also representative of how kids are brutally fucking honest, and the way that they see you, they don't pull any fucking punches. So I think my kids were like 5 and 7, maybe 6 and 8, somewhere in there. And at this point, we were all still living in the same house, and it was out where the kennel facility is. And I was doing pretty much everything myself out there, whether it was groundskeeping, fucking kennel cleaning, training, business development. It was, it was a one man shop for a number of years out there. And so they saw me when I was working, 110 hours a week and out there, especially this time of year, it's pretty fucking brutal. And so when I would get up in the morning, they would see me like grunting and groaning, putting my boots on, and they're the ones with the eyelets. It takes you fucking 9 minutes to put them on, like you're getting ready to go to the International Space Station. And so like I would grunt and groan and be like, fuck, and whatever. They got me a fucking like a 3-foot shoehorn to make it easier to put my fucking shoes and boots on. But they were serious, it wasn't like a joke for them, is that
they're trying to help you.
Yeah, I think they and their mom were out somewhere and saw one, and they were like, what the hell is that? And she was explaining it, and they're like, Dad needs that. So they got me that for Christmas, and I still have it, and to this day that sticks out as just being something that, again, it's there's a lot of elements to that, I think, that really show the purity of where a kid's mind is at, as well as how sweet and kind of brutally honest they can be sometimes. But
it's crazy because I've been asked this a couple of times. You guys buy yourselves whatever you want and all this type of shit. What do you get for Christmas? And that's the key thing. For Christmas, I know you do the same thing, especially this time of year. We do it year round, but this time of year, when I'm out to eat and I notice that a waiter's struggling or shit like that, I'll leave them $150 tip on a $26 bill. And it's not me showing off. It's me trying to help them out. I feel better about doing that than somebody giving me a gift that I may use once or twice and never fuck with again. I'm big on, if I'm getting something, I want it to be something useful.
Yeah.
Not just give back, any way you can. Help other people. Grab an angel tree, buy a kid a jacket, buy them shoes. That's always something too we did for Christmas when my daughter was growing up. We'd go to the mall back when Town East Mall used to have the big tree, and you grab angels off of them. And back then there wasn't as many predators and the internet and shit, so some of them had the picture of the kid right there, and then they'd tell you their size, and they could ask for this list of stuff, clothes, Barbie dolls, whatever.
Oh, that's cool.
And you could just check off, okay, I got them this shirt, this, and, it's anonymous.
Yeah.
But my goal was to get them and get everything they wanted. So I knew that kid got everything it wanted.
That's cool, man.
And my daughter still does that to this day on her own. And then
that's really cool.
We do that still. I mean, because I'd rather give back.
Yeah. I don't like getting gifts. When the few people that get me gifts ask, hey, what do you want for Christmas? I'm always like, fucking nothing. Like, I hate getting them. I really do. I always feel awkward opening gifts, and I just feel uncomfortable. Like, there's no way for me to say thanks enough, and it's like they're looking at you like, do you like it? It's just like, fuck, stop staring at me. Like, I'd rather just not get anything. When I want something and decide to get it, I just go get it, and not everything, obviously, but that's kind of how I would rather do it is, if I set a goal to get something and I get that, then I'd rather do it myself. And I always enjoy getting gifts for people a lot more than receiving them. But
yeah, it's a good feeling, especially if you're with somebody or your kids and it's something know they earned. Yeah. And you wait till the end of the year. Like, sure, I could go get it in fucking January if I want, or I could get it in September when they first mention it. But just making them work up to it, even your significant other at times, making her earn that shit. Like, bitch, clean the toilet. But getting some, but that to me is, like you said, it's more rewarding than actually getting a gift. I feel the same way, and it never fails. I want to see my kid open presents first. Yeah. And then, okay, your wife or your significant other, okay, you go. And you're the last person, then everybody's staring at you like, bitch.
Like, why don't you guys go fuck with your stuff and I'll open these on the side.
Yeah, check it out. I know these are pants. Yeah. That's a shirt. That's your mom's vibrator she forgot to open.
That's a cum sock, set of cum socks right here.
Rohan, what's the coolest thing you've ever got?
My family is big into like heartfelt cards. So for every, birthdays or Christmas, my birthday also falls extremely close to Christmas. So it's mostly just like either a big present or something. But kind of every like thing that every gift, quote unquote, that I remember is always a like a heartfelt card from my family. So that's
That's cool.
that's one thing that I really look forward to on every birthday. But
Do you still have all of them?
I do.
That's cool.
I do
They're in
that too.
a box
I collect
in my bedside drawer.
Yeah,
I
that's
keep them
really
all in
neat.
one box.
cards. I seen those when I was at your house.
No, that's a cool idea. I like it.
Yeah, I have all the cards from my daughter and my wife. Because you can go back to it, like during the divorce, be like, man, I remember when she loved me.
Remember what that was like?
Yeah. Or you can be like, bitch, remember when you promised blowjobs? It's right here in writing. This is a contract in this state, motherfucker.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys in the comments tell us. I don't really want to know the dumbest because we all get some silly ass shit. But to me, I don't know what someone's going through when they buy you something. Say a family down the street buys you something. Who knows if they're having bad financial times and they just want to be nice and they get you a fruitcake or something silly. To me, that's not stupid. That's just them letting you know they're thinking of you. I think it's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, to me, the intent behind it is what's important, and I just don't think you should ever view that as being dumb or silly or what have you. And maybe that wasn't the intent of the question. Maybe it was like the silliest. I don't know, but
yeah.
But I just, I mean, I would never want to minimize somebody trying to be nice to you. You know, I just think that's a dick move. But
y'all do any of those white elephant type deal?
That's racist. I can't do that.
So last year it was last year or the year before, we're at Roberts where we do most of our stuff.
Can we call it opaque elephant? Can we do that? So it's, all right.
Albino elephant.
So Bed Bath and Beyond, there's a plug. We'll send them a bill. They have gag boxes that you do your white elephant in.
Is it like a glory hole?
Like no bullshit. It's like women's pleasure stick and stuff like that.
Dude,
but you
awesome.
put the legit, whatever white elephant. And Robert's mom and dad, he's an ex-preacher.
Oh, crazy.
So the mom,
no.
I shit you not, we bought two of them. Guess those two people got the packages with the fake. Like we're telling them, one of them's earbuds and shit, and we're like, please open the box.
God, that's awesome.
It takes a lot for me to feel like a little person at times. I'm like, please open the box. God damn it, open the box. But yeah,
that's fucking great.
I guess that's the silliest thing that's happened to me during Christmas.
That's awesome.
One of the things I started doing, these last 2 years, this year and last year, is instead of getting people gifts, because whenever you ask them, one, you don't want to get them something that they're going to throw out the next day, like they already have or something. So, but as to what Mike was saying, asking is really fucking awkward too. Like, hey, what do you want for Christmas? Because 9 times out of 10, they're going to say nothing. What I started doing is taking my close friends out to like a nicer dinner.
Like you go into Taco Bell instead of driving through?
No, like I'm taking one of my close friends who helps me out on a lot of photo shoots to Perry's Steakhouse because that's her favorite restaurant, and then I'm taking a group of them out to like I think either the Cheesecake Factory or kind of one of those places.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's one of those things. If you're in a position to want to get somebody something, you should kind of know what they would like and appreciate.
Yeah.
And if you don't, fuck getting them a gift. I don't know, but
Yeah, I always feel my significant other. I always feel bad not trying to at least get her something because it never fails. What do you want? I don't want anything. But if you don't get them something,
I think recreate the scene from that cake picture you sent me.
dude, you ain't bullshitting.
I don't think you can probably put that up, can we?
No, that's
damn it.
the bad part is she sent me that.
Yeah, so just get pissed drunk and dress up like Santa and then flop over the fucking bed like that.
Yeah, yeah.
You have to see it. You guys are probably like, yeah, it's cool, fucking inside joke. Pricks.
Maybe I just posted on my fucking Instagram and get banned for 14 days.
Yeah, no shit.
See you New Year's, bitches.
Yeah.
It was a great fucking picture.
Oh, it's awesome.
I'll send it to Rohan real quick so he can attest to it.
What? How many questions we got?
We got a ton of questions. What are you guys getting me for Christmas? Brandon wants to know, and Brandon, not a fucking thing.
Yeah.
Pay attention to the segment, asshole.
I'll give you a stiff dick in the ass.
Yeah. He liked that shit though. He's a fucking weirdo. I gotta make sure not to send him the nudes on my phone.
Nah, I wouldn't worry about it.
Yeah. He'd probably be all excited and shit over here rubbing one
Oh
out.
God.
Be like, check out this dick.
Yeah. check this
You ever
out.
seen a fucking set like this?
Yeah. I'm guessing he just got the picture.
So, I mean, you can agree, right? Recreate that scene. Like, Merry fucking Christmas. Wrap a bow around that shit. I don't think I've ever heard that motherfucker laugh like that. Oh, it's fucking great.
That's the type of shit my wife sends me.
That's
Shit like
fucking
that
awesome.
right there.
Yeah, we can't put that up.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That was well worth just hearing him laugh like that. Holy shit.
Yeah.
God damn.
People are asking stupid questions about dogs in the equator or the magnetic field when they take a shit. We'll get into that in a minute because
Fuck.
people are weird, man. Guys, we did the ugly Christmas sweater.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all can quite see them. Can they see this, Rohan? Do I gotta stand
just
up?
stand up real quick.
God
Yeah.
damn it,
Just
Rohan.
do a joint stand up.
Yeah.
Sorry, America's full. And ask your mom if I'm real.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Hell
Ask
yeah.
her. She'll tell you.
Yeah. So
She'll be like, who?
yeah. So I've said this before, and I think I said it in the Thanksgiving one that until I was with my wife now, I wasn't too into the Christmas spirit. And then between my wife now and Mike, these two motherfuckers get so giddy during Christmas, it's hard
Hell
not
yeah.
to. And then thinking about it, the reality this week slapped me right in the fucking face that I'm about to be a dad again. So I got to the empty nest deal to where I don't have to really give a fuck about Christmas. I mean, I can buy gifts, put that shit up. I can still decorate.
You're about to live that shit for the next 20 years.
I have to totally rewind and start over.
Yeah. I mean, to me, that's awesome, man. I mean,
It's exciting. But then again, it's scary because you can't sneak around like you used to.
well, here's what I would say is that now, like having already been through it with, a couple of kids, if I was to have more kids now, like, dude, I'd be a total fucking dipshit about, like, in a good or over the top way. Like I would be fucking ridiculous with Christmas if I was getting ready to have another fucking kid, man. 3-4 years from now, it would be on. Like,
Yeah.
I'd spend the month of December, like, Elf on the Shelf, like every day it'd be like a Michael Bay production every fucking time. And be ziplining out the fucking chimney and getting waterboarded in the fucking sink. I mean, all kinds of shit, especially if it was a boy. I mean, like I'd be a fucking nut about it.
I meant to send you. There was one where this kid got really fucking smart, and he took his phone and he set his phone up in the living room, recording all night.
Dude, that's awesome.
So somehow, I don't know how, but you watch the video and the parents they make the elf. You see the little running, and it had to be they took his recording and fucking edited it. But you see the elf running through the living room, and then you slowly see the head of the elf pop up on the camera. And then
So they knew he was recording?
yeah,
God,
and the tower goes. I mean, he's still a kid, so you know he set the phone in a fucking
totally obvious place.
Yeah, so
Oh, that's fucking great,
it
man.
was pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean, if there was something that would convince me to have more kids, it'd be that. But
yeah.
because that shit's fucking hilarious, man.
For 18 years, tell the kid, I only love you during December, you little fuck.
Yeah, the rest of the time, you go live over here.
Yeah. We built you this house out back. It's small. We got it at Home Depot. It's got
Bitch, that's a shed.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a she shed.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all the questions. I mean, I got this question. Mike, did you know dogs line up with the Earth's magnetic field to take a shit? They usually prefer north and south axis, allegedly. This sounds like bullshit because I see my dog shit in every direction.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, and I've even seen them spin while they shit, and they don't have an internal compass.
Maybe they're right in the core. And they're just sitting there fucking.
No, I've seen the same dog shit in way too many directions to say that that's a valid thing. But nice try.
Yeah. Fucking Brandon.
It sounds cool, and for people that are like, "Oh shit, really?" I'm sure they'd be impressed and surprised, and they'd be like, "Well, you learn something every day, and that you got bullshitted every day, and that's one of it." But no, it's not accurate.
I don't understand this question. Weirdest place you've owned it, or most depressing place? What the fuck does that mean?
I think so. When I had a guest, Clark Impastato, on, he was like my 4th mic drop episode. We went through SEAL training together, and he used to use the term "own it" when he fucking jerked off places. And so he would own places that were like, how the fuck did you get in there to do it? You know, like in the fucking plane bathroom on the way to San Clemente Island in third phase. He did that. It's a government plane, like in the what's called the hell box, which is the instructor's quarters out at San Clemente Island. Like they would have us clean in there, you know, pretty much every day or whatever. And he like snuck into a corner of the fucking hell box and jerked off in there. Like he would fucking rub one out everywhere. And so that was kind of our class's running joke, was owning it. So we talk about it on that episode. Now, I'm assuming that's what he's referring to. But so he's asking, where's the craziest place?
Or most depressing.
To me, this would be kind of one and the same, I guess. The weirdest. Fuck, I don't know, man.
I'm pretty fucking simple. I don't like to make a mess, so I just either fucking do it in the shower or over the toilet.
Yeah, I mean, not like... I don't know. I'm trying to think. Nothing fucking weird comes to mind, I guess.
I've never been driving down the highway talking about, man, this song just gets me.
Well, here's what I sure as fuck have. I mean, I do a lot of driving.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
but it's not the song. I also watch a lot of fucking videos when I'm driving, if you know what I mean. So driving for fuck sure, whether it's assisted or not. And but in terms of anything outside of that, I can't think of anything that's weird.
No, assisted. I've been in the parking lot at a fucking sushi joint and before. Well, you got a 45-minute wait, and she's like, okay, well, let's go to the truck.
Yeah, I think that's a more interesting question. Is like, where's the craziest place you've ever banged one out? I mean, I'll ask that. Rohan, you start.
No.
The silence is deafening.
No, I mean nowhere crazy. Bedroom, bathroom.
I thought you were just going to say nowhere. Period.
Nowhere. No. Bedroom, bathroom. That's kind of where I keep it too.
Are we still talking about the same thing?
We're talking about sex, not beating off now. We switched it.
Yeah. Where's the craziest place you ever tapped that ass, Rohan? Crickets.
No.
Fucking crickets. He's still embarrassed.
No. South Lake parking lot.
Is that right?
Yep.
That's the craziest place?
Probably. Most likely, yeah.
Like just some random parking lot, or what? Where? What parking lot?
You know, Town Square. Have you been to South Lake Town Square? There's that cheesecake and burritos.
I haven't, but
it's really pretty over there.
He would say that,
but
it's really
pretty.
Fuck it up.
What was his name?
God damn.
Man, the weirdest place I've ever.
I'll start while you think about it. I guess to me, it's a three-way tie. At least
God damn.
It's a three-way and a three-way. No, I'd say it's a three-way tie with the Mile High Club on a fucking Delta flight.
Holy shit.
A Target a Dick's Sporting Goods fitting room.
That's appropriate.
And on top of a rock it was actually a fake rock. I'm getting excited. I'm knocking the microphone over. It was on the top of a rock at a friend's wedding. that the rock was out in the middle of this big, it was like a resort hotel, and it had this like crazy jungle landscape pool system with a fucking lazy river and whatever. Yeah, there was a big rock island out in the middle of the pool. It was on top of that during the fucking reception.
Yeah, I've definitely heard that story before.
But
was it the bride?
Those are way better than mine.
Was it the bride? Are you fucking serious? No.
Yeah, it was during the ceremony, asshole.
That was when I was in the SEAL teams. That was a platoon mate's wedding of mine, so we were all up there being fucking dipshits. But
and I've done some really fucking weird spots, like lookout mountain type shit in Oklahoma, fucking all kinds of parking lots. So parking lots ain't that exciting anymore. In a pool, in an apartment complex.
A nasty porta potty.
No.
Be fucking terrible.
I wanted to do the Mile High thing. I just haven't never been able to do that.
Yeah, well, so this was, fuck it, I'll just tell the story. It was pretty funny. It was a long time ago. It was pre-9/11, if that tells you anything. Obviously, I don't even think you could get away with it now at this point because they're so fucking anal retentive about everything. Like, I think you'd get fucking arrested. They'd turn the plane around if you tried that shit, at this point. But back then, I mean, you could put a fucking 3.5-inch serrated Spyderco knife. You could carry that onto a fucking plane, if that tells you anything. But no, I was flying I'm trying to remember if it was, I don't even remember where we were going, but it was just a girl I was dating, and so we're sitting there and getting fucking frisky or whatever, just sitting there. And so she goes to the bathroom. She's, was like, oh, I got to get up and use the bathroom. And I just like jokingly said, hey, do you need a hand? She's like, fuck yeah. And then she just walked off. And so I'm like fucking 19 at the time. And so I'm like, fuck, was she serious? I was like, well, fuck it, I'm going to find out. And so I went and followed her, and I walked, it was in the back of the airplane, and there's two fucking stewardesses standing there, like, just standing there fucking shooting the shit. And I walk up, and there's two bathrooms. I'm like, fuck, and both of them are green. So I'm like, well, God damn it, which one did she go in? And so I'm standing there and looking, and they're looking at me, and they're like, the fuck is wrong with this guy? Looking at me like I'm a dipshit. All of a sudden, one of the doors opens, and she's standing there, and she looks at me, and I look at her, and then we look at the stewardesses, and they look at us, and we're all just standing there in this weird, uncomfortable fucking silence. And then kudos to this fucking chick. She grabs me by the shirt and pulls me into the fucking thing right in front of him. And so we go in there and fucking handle business, and then come out one at a time, like we're being slick. Yeah, it's real fucking smooth now. So she goes back and then fucking I go back, and we're sitting there, and then there's like the main mean stewardess up in first class, like their fucking hair so tight it's like Botox, like she can't even smile, her fucking face skin's so tight, and they're talking to her, and she's looking right at us with this mean ass, like fucking pissed look on her face. And I'm like, motherfucker, and you can hear him, or you can see him talking, and she's looking and looking, whatever. And she's like fucking eyeballing us. And then like 2 minutes later, she walks over to us and puts her face like right in our faces. And she goes, hold out your hands. And to this day, I can't remember what she said. She said something smart ass though, and held out her hand and dropped two fucking pilot wings in our hands and said like, welcome to the Mile High Club or some shit like that. I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
No way.
Yeah. I mean,
holy
if that
shit.
tells you anything about how times have fucking changed in the airline industry. It was one of the coolest, probably the coolest fuck story, honestly. I mean, where else does some shit like that happen?
That kind of wins it.
Yeah.
The only thing that would have made it better is if those stewardess would have gave you a warm towel. Like knocked off.
No shit. Here you go. Fucking hot towel cleanup.
Yeah. I've done it on the bus on the way back from the planetarium in high school.
I just remembered what she said. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. She goes, I'm going to give this to you guys, and I think you know what it's for. But she said it like real reprimand like, and was like, hold out your hand, like kind of trying to be a bitch about it. She was like, I think you know what this is for. And then set them in our hands, and we're like, you got to be fucking shitting me.
That's badass.
Anyway.
It's fucking cool.
Yeah.
That's fucking badass.
Sorry, you what were you going to say? You did
just leaving the planetarium in high school, I had sex on the bus. But that's still not that awesome. Exciting. I mean, back then it was different.
For being in fucking high school, it's a big deal.
But it was different. When we were in high school, it was different.
No, for sure. I mean,
nowadays, you ain't getting away with that shit. Like,
no, I know it.
There's been times that I've looked at my wife and I'm like, hey, you want to go to this family restroom? Like in sheets and shit.
There's 19 cameras on you between there and here. Yeah.
Yeah, you turn like close to where we live. There's a really nice grocery store. And I'm like, I wouldn't mind fucking in this bathroom. And then you look, and they're like, God damn, there's 34 cameras around this motherfucker.
Yeah.
And it's hard to really get your freak on in cool spots now.
No, I know it. Which reminds me, I hate to fucking bring it up again. Maybe it shows my age. Now I remember exactly the sequence of events. It's been so long since I've even thought about it. All right, so fucking take 5 steps back. So the two stewardesses that were standing there were talking to her, and she's looking at us, and we're like, motherfucker, feeling uncomfortable. Then one of the stewardesses that was standing there walks up to us, and she goes, you see the fucking stewardess back there? And we were like, yes. And she goes, this is from her, and I think you know what they're for. And then fucking gave them to us. But anyway.
That's badass.
Yeah, it was still fucking cool, but I forgot the intricate details of it. It's been so goddamn long, but.
The coolest thing I've ever done on a plane was vaping it.
You're in the fucking bathroom vaping or what?
When we went to Hawaii, we fucking went, and I'm like, God dang, it's a long ass flight. So I get up and I'm fucking vaping in the bathroom. But I remember when they used to smoke on the fucking airplane.
Yeah, I never was on a plane where they smoked. I mean, the first time I ever flew was when I was in high school. So
when my mom kidnapped us, and this ain't no bullshit. My mom kidnapped us and then brought us back to Texas. And then my dad kind of let it go for a while because he had custody of us. And then he was like, okay, fuck this. School's coming. I'm going to get them. So he comes and gets us. And no, matter of fact, we had started school. We get pulled out of school. And we're flying back. And I shit you not, dude. It's just a fucking level of just smoke on the top part of it. And everybody and their mom's fucking smoking. It's like, this is fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted to start smoking then.
Yeah,
I think I was 6.
Yeah, that's fucking wild, man.
Yeah, but on the way to Hawaii, I was in the bathroom there and back. Yeah, I was vaping. I didn't give a fuck. What are they going to do, kick me out?
Yeah.
It says no smoking. That's technically not smoking.
Well, even now they say no smokeless, no vape. Like you're not even allowed to dip. Back when I used to dip on plane rides all the time. But that you can still pretty easily get away with, even now probably, especially with a fucking mask.
Yeah, and them bandit things or whatever.
The snooze.
Yeah. One of my friends
you don't even spit.
Has these weird mint-looking things that deliver.
Yeah, like you don't. They're like it doesn't even make you
like
spit.
Spitless. Yeah, some weird shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's pretty much all the
crazy viewer questions.
Yeah, I mean, silly shit. If you guys aren't on the Patreon's down below. If you are on there, we got a post going due to Randy's hoe ass where you guys can get in there and ask any questions. Then we come back and I look at them. If they're new, we'll discuss them in time, not always right away. But go in there, comment, join the Patreon. It's anywhere from $5 to $20, and you do get stuff. It's not just you're joining to support us. Hell, ask anybody in the Patreons. They get coffee mugs, all kinds of shit just shipped to them. So check it out. Join us there. And then the Mic Drop Patreon as well. The Mic Drop Patreon, you get the episodes a week early. So
that's right.
That's cool as hell. Unless I forget to put them up early. Then y'all get them 4 days early. But usually it's a week.
And if you sign up for the Mic Drop Patreon, you get an automatic entry into my OnlyFans. So
hell yeah,
going for you that I don't have.
Yeah, there's a lot of stiff things happening in there.
720S.
So far, I love it when I'm not breaking it.
Yeah. I think the fans need an update of what happened.
Well, so McLaren are real bad about knowing or not knowing. McLaren has an issue with their turbo inlets. There's this little plastic valve that comes out, goes into the turbos, and instead of McLaren fixing it, they just let it happen. They're like, it may happen in 1 in 10 cars, and we'll deal with it then. So the best thing you can do as an owner that's going to beat the shit out of the car is change your turbo inlets. Well, I did my own, and this weekend we're going to the meet, and blow the fucking turbo inlet off the car. And
while we're trying to fucking get after it.
Yeah, while we're trying to drive and have fun. So needless to say, I'm fixing that, and come to find out there's an IGR valve, which it's a sound regulator valve that goes into the cab of the car and kind of fakes the engine noise in there for you. If your turbo inlet blows off, or if that's bad, that can cause your turbo inlet to blow off. Finding this out, it's a $50 part. I went ahead and ordered the part. That way this week I can just do both.
Yeah.
Other than that, I mean, the few times I have drove it, it's a great car. By me saying this is what I've been telling you guys, where I'm going to have to go back on eat my word. Said I'd never own another one. But after lots of research, lots of looking at what could keep up with the Pista, this and a 765 are really the only things that literally go back and forth with the Pista. 765 is more track oriented. The 720 is more take out, daily drive, take on dates, more user friendly.
More of a GT car?
Yeah, more of a GT style car. But the speed is, and I've tried to explain it to Mike a few times.
And keep in mind, the reason why is because when I drove his other one, his first one, it was already fairly heavily modified and quite a bit faster and drove a lot different. So
yeah. So this one, I'm wanting to let him have it for some good runs before I do anything crazy. Other than the turbo inlets, I've done that, some filters, and a back half exhaust. And apparently I've already dropped almost a second in my 60 to 130. Dropped quite a bit of time. But I found out some stuff I did wrong, and it's not McLaren's fault. It's 100% my fault. There's a drift setting on the 720, and it's a 50-50 steering. And I've said it on the show. You guys that are longtime listeners have heard me that it's like driving a video game. There's no feel, no feedback, no nothing. Well, I figured out the setting by watching Richard Hammond, I think it was, explain the McLaren. And sure enough, I set the car up, and you can feel everything in the road. I mean, it's a totally different car. And the power delivery is silly in the car. Bone stock, it don't feel like you're going as fast as you're going. Even my wife, I'm babying her around because she's pregnant. Our first time to drive, we go eat. I think I did a pull, so I did 140, 145. I was like, okay, that's enough. We go eat, and then okay, my turn to drive. First thing she does, she hits 170 down the highway. I'm like, this bitch. But the car's so smooth, it don't even feel like you're hitting those speeds. Like,
Yeah.
in all the other cars, you feel the turbo kick in and pull back. The Pista don't do that, I don't think. I didn't really get after it much in the Pista, but I wouldn't think it does. You know more than I do.
The
initial acceleration.
I mean, it's pretty jarring that way, but it's a weird mix. Kind of similarly, it's almost hard to explain. Like you definitely feel a lot of throttle response very quickly, and it's pretty aggressive and almost kind of violent or angry about it. But it's still smooth.
Yeah.
It's a weird mix, and I think that's one of the reasons why it's so fun to drive is because it's just playful enough to feel like it's dancing around a little bit, but not so much to where it makes you nervous about it, and it still feels very fast, just controlled with a little bit of squirrely shit, so it's just a really good mix. I will say putting the Sport Cup 2R tires on it is a very, very noticeable difference in grip driving around, especially at lower speeds getting on it, where the Sport Cup 2s would break loose pretty easy, even in fucking sport, which is only one setting up from wet, and it would still kick out on the side and whatever. So these grip noticeably better. At high speeds too, it just feels even more planted and inspires even more confidence, which is nice. Great fucking tires. They're amazing.
I can't wait to try mine out.
Yeah.
Everyone said you can't fit a 335 30/20 on the back of my car. Fuck you, you're wrong.
By God.
Yeah. So
Yep.
I got an extra 1.5 inches on each side, which that's what she wants.
That's right.
And that motherfucker looks mean.
Who doesn't want an extra 1.5 inches?
720S though is a great car. Now, I'm not gonna say great yet. It's a good car. I fucked up, and you'll rarely hear people on fucking YouTube or fucking Instagram or any podcast say I fucked up, but I legit fucked up. And it's my fault. It's not the tuner's fault. It's not McLaren's fault. I set the settings up wrong because the way I drive, I figured I don't care about all this getting loose. I can fucking handle it. And I took all the handling characteristics away from the car.
Yeah.
So McLaren, my bad. But now we're going to get to see how much abuse a McLaren 720 can take.
Yeah.
Because once I get it running right, between me and him, we may even let Clint's funky ass drive it.
Oh, for sure.
It's going to get the shit beat out of it.
Yeah.
And
It'll be tested for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Not like we're sitting there fucking doing
shit that's intentionally hard to be as hard as you can on it. It's just driving it with not trying to keep it as docile as possible. That's not going into consideration. So
yeah, for now it's a good car that I fucked up, and I gave you guys a disservice on the original reviews and my thoughts from then on out. But I am ballsy enough to go back and buy another one, and which isn't cheap, to see if I'm fucking up.
Well, especially given the raise in prices, Jesus.
Oh yeah, it's what I figure is like a $60,000 fucking difference between now and the last one.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Not on the good side.
Yeah, everything's gone way up.
But on the plus side, I do, and we're going to do some videos. We'll do some more in-car reviews type stuff of this. We still have to do the Porsche. We have to do the Pista. We have to do all our cars. Beginning of the year, we're going to start doing all that once the weather's better.
The weather's been shit these last couple of days.
Yeah.
or last couple of weeks. But
I think the spec on this one's better than the orange one.
In my opinion, too. I'm not a flashy orange guy. I like the color, but yeah, I mean, for me, I like a little more subdued color pattern that way. But
yeah, and with the exhaust, I really was wanting black tips, but for some reason, this all just so far it just flows.
Yeah, no, it looks great.
Yeah, I'm pretty fucking happy with it.
Yeah. Yep.
Speaking of things, I don't know if I should bring this up or not, but we had somebody on the Travis video. I don't know if you read any of the comments. It was a guy named Zonda F355. He listens to all the mic drops. And he said that he's upset that I said an ignorant comment about calling cops pigs. And it was disrespectful, and I'm just trying to show off for the company or impress the company I'm with. And then Corvettes, that I gave wrong information about the Corvettes. He goes on, and surprised Travis didn't slap shit out of me. But I will say this, I replied to the guy. I honestly am not trying to impress Mike or Travis. I don't really give a shit. Mike knows that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't know how that would impress anybody or what the intention behind it would be. But
when I'm talking shit, what you guys don't understand when I'm saying that, and matter of fact, when this comment came in, there was a local cop here at the studio, and I let him read it, and he's kind of laughing. He's like, they do get that you mean it as a joke, right? Yeah. It's not like every cop that pulls me over, I roll the window down, hey, you fucking pig.
Yeah.
I don't mean it like that. Matter of fact, I mean it jokingly because I think the term is just fucking funny as shit. And Travis thought it was so funny. Travis went back and looked up where the fucking shit came from.
Yeah.
So there's plenty of cops that listen, and if you took it disrespectful, I apologize, but I'm still going to do it. I'm not trying to disrespect you. It's kind of poking fun at it. Again, I've said it over and over. If a word someone's saying hurts you, you're giving a word power that shouldn't have power over you at all.
Yeah.
And as far as Corvettes, you can still eat a dick. I've owned a fucking Corvette for a long time, and they handle like ass, with the exception of a ZR1.
Yeah.
And I would have kept ZR1 in that category only because I hadn't drove it. But I got to witness firsthand someone drive the fuck out of a ZR1.
Yeah.
And I will recant my statement on all Corvettes suck to anything other than a ZR1 can eat a dick. They still suck. Now, as a base sports car, Corvette's a great car.
Yeah.
Compared to what we're driving, a Corvette has no way of keeping up. A Z06 down cannot keep up with what we do in those cars.
Yeah.
No fucking way.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think that it's just different orders of magnitude in terms of the cars. The other reality of that is that once you're up, north of about 170, then again, it kind of doesn't matter if somebody, knows how to drive and the conditions aren't so terrible to where, even a fucking Scat Pack can keep up. Mm-hmm. Then there's only little bursts here and there where that kind of speed makes a huge difference. And, and everything, can kind of keep up well enough for it to not matter again, if it's a good driver and the conditions aren't atrocious. But, for normal around town use and if you're looking at strict performance data, it's pretty clear cut that, Corvette is not in the same supercar league as most of the exotics are. It just isn't. But it doesn't mean that it can't be fun to drive, and it doesn't mean that if you like that you shouldn't buy it. I mean,
exactly.
I think different strokes for different folks. I mean, there's people that you can watch enough car reviews on any one car and find moto journalists that sing praises for every car. And you can see some that don't. Even something as kind of historically dominant as the 992 Turbo S, which almost any review you look at it, people are singing its praises and blowing smoke up the ass of Porsche, whatever. But even with that car, I've seen some that people are like, it feels pretty sterile and it's kind of boring, and it's actually so good it's not that much fun, and I wouldn't buy one. So. pick a fucking model. There's going to be people that love it and people that would never buy it. And that's one of the neat things about cars is you get to pick whatever the fuck you want, and if it makes you happy and you enjoy driving it, then I'm happy for you. As it relates to the, the comment on saying pig or whatever, I can see, I didn't read the comment, but I can understand, if somebody's fucking irritated by something somebody says, I'd love to tell you that there's times where I take the sticks and stones, mentality towards all language. But yeah, sometimes there is shit that rubs you the wrong way. That's part of life, though. And I would also say, and I'm not downplaying the fact that, you have every right to be pissed at anything I say, anything he says. You have every right to not watch the show. But one thing I would say is a general good rule of thumb. Travis is a grown-ass man. He's a combat veteran. He's now a law enforcement officer. Rest the fuck assured, like if he was legitimately offended by something, he would have said, hey, how about you shut the fuck up? And he didn't. And so to me, if there's one thing from all of this that anybody takes is that don't be more offended than the victim. Like if he's not bothered by it, then maybe you shouldn't be either. That's all I'll say to that. Again, like you're entitled to it. You want to be pissed about something that either of us say, go for it. But I wouldn't let us control your emotions that easily. And I would, maybe take it with a grain of salt and realize that, we're up here just kind of fucking with each other and having fun almost the entire time. But, that's it.
And that's what it's about. Usually when they're on this show, it's more, we're here to bullshit and joke around. If it's on mic drop and they're in a serious conversation and you hear me in the background, fucking pig. Yeah, I could definitely see that being fucking irritating. But I have tons of cops that are in law enforcement, and I respect a lot of cops. I wouldn't do their job.
Yeah,
I've said it over and over, and that's another reason they get my respect. Same as a military person. You're volunteering to do a job that most of us wouldn't even fucking want.
Yeah.
And the term pig, where it came from, it's kind of funny. You should look it up. But Travis comments, and we message back and forth all the time, so obviously I didn't offend him too much. And then Schoberg, I call him a pig all the time. But that dude's crazy.
Yeah.
I swear that dude ain't working on it with all his shit. But anyways, if I offended you, I apologize. Other than that, Corvette still sucked. You want to get into Alec Baldwin, or you want to talk some more car shit? I see you got something pulled up.
I say fuck Alec Baldwin. I mean, whatever happens, happens. I mean, unless there's some crazy update where there's a verdict. And shy of that, I don't really give a fuck enough about him to care. But
they're seizing his phone, which I think's good. The dude's a total dipshit. That's pretty much all I have on it. He's a total dipshit. They're seizing his phone. And after watching his interview, that dude should go to fucking jail. Like, he should go to jail and get fucked in the ass.
But, I mean, to me, here's the one thing I will say about all that, and this is actors in general, is that what I don't understand is actors specifically. I'm not talking about politicians or, professional athletes or whatever, but actors specifically, is that when they get involved in something, that's scandalous or what have you, is that, big name interviewers come and interview them. And I've never understood that, whether it's Jussie Smollett or this guy, is that like these guys are world-class professionals at pretending, right? So like if there's anybody that can pull off an interview that's completely fucking disingenuous and total bullshit, it's these guys, right? And the Smollett interview, I think, is as good of a clear-cut as example as exists for that type of shit where, what he said and how he kind of quote unquote performed during his interview with I don't remember which gal interviewed him, but it's just, to me, it's kind of laughable to think that you're going to get an honest interview out of a professional liar. That's my take on it, but we'll see what happens with his phone. Again, like I don't really give enough of a fuck to pay any attention about it. In terms of what I have pulled up, in looking at, you getting the 720, and excuse me, I'm not going to say I take credit for it, but I know, when we were talking few weeks back before you got it, and I was like, honestly, I mean, I know you've already had one, but to me, the best bang for your buck is a fucking 720S. You know.
No, you get 100% credit for it.
But I also, you know, in the same vein, like, not that I'm looking to replace anything, but the 765 LT, I've watched a few reviews on, and to me, it sounds like it's probably too rough of a ride for a fun car to drive around a lot, the way I would say the Pista, and but the spec times, especially like some of the straight line speeds, are pretty fucking nasty. I mean, I've seen some going like 4.7, 60 to 130 on a stock 765 LT, which is an absurd speed. I mean, that's on par with a fucking Plaid, honestly. You know, I know, you know, Brooks, who, if there's a guy that you know, is publishing times of cars that he owns in a 60 to 130, that's going to be as fast as that fucking car can do it. You know, if it's somebody else's car, maybe not. But any of his cars, like if he's posting videos on YouTube, that's as fast as he's going to get out of it. And his Plaid did a 4.7. Granted, it was in Florida, it was hot and whatever, but the humidity and heat don't affect electric cars to the same extent as internal combustion engines. Hot batteries, it does still affect it, but not nearly as negatively as regular engine cars. And so, you know, for a car that's not a hybrid assisted electric or electric assisted hybrid like the SF90 or like you know, the 918 Spider or you know, any of the other good cars that are good mixes of it, and especially now some of the ones that are coming out, the Arturo and the fucking 296 GTB and all that. For it to be just a straight 4-liter V8 twin turbo that has that kind of fucking speed and power and you know, whatever is awfully goddamn impressive. You know, I mean, that's really, really fucking fast. I mean, to give you an idea, it's 1.2 seconds faster than the fastest time I've ever gotten in the Pista. You know, I mean, that's a lot fucking faster. Yeah. What's interesting though is like the 0 to 124 time, it's a few tenths faster than a Pista, so it's not way faster. You know, which is interesting because, you know, you figure 60 to 130, it's like that tells you that from 0 to 60, you know, the Pista it has to be the quicker car, you know, by probably a couple of tenths. If the 60 to 130 in a 765 is that much faster, but the 0 to 124 time isn't 1.2 seconds faster, then something doesn't really add up there. But but the a lot of track times though, you know, there's a number of tracks out there that even with the 765 being what it is, the Pista has in some track instances faster times than that does. So to me, I wouldn't consider getting one unless I was able to drive one first and really fell in love with it. Then I would say maybe. But it is an interesting car to look at from a performance spec standpoint. That thing is sure seems, looks, and sounds like an absolute fucking monster of a car. And that's bone stock without fucking with it. Yeah,
and you 100% get the nod on me rebuying a 720 because we were looking at them and you bang for your buck. You were right, especially if we were at almost a year ago when I had my other one. Yeah, fuck, bang for your buck. You could pick them up for $215.
That's crazy.
Touching one of those motherfuckers.
Yeah, I mean, if you get one for under $300, you're fucking lucky. I mean, there's some obviously, but not a lot of them.
Yeah, I found one for under that. But again, I was fucking very lucky. To find that car, which I've been lucky to find most of the cars I find, and usually I find them when. And I tell you guys this all the time. You find what you're looking for when you're not looking. Basically, I'm happy with the car I have at the moment, but fuck, I wouldn't mind having this one. Yeah. And you find it and you just make shit work out. Like, matter of fact, I found an 812 the other day that was under $3.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, but I promised the fucking banker. Yeah. Motherfucker. You know his ass screenshotted that. But, yeah, I mean, it just, if you have your eye set on something, even though you've got something and you're enjoying it, keep looking because what you really want may come in and you can make it work. Happens for us all the time. So far, though, yeah, bang for the buck, the 720 is a great car. The problem with Mclaren, and we talked about this a little back and forth, Mclaren makes a great engine, a great drivetrain, a shitty interior. Now, if you could take and put an Audi interior or a Porsche interior inside a McLaren, fuck, you'd have a goddamn badass car.
Yeah. Or if you could just give the blueprints for a McLaren 720 and 765, or I mean, any McLaren, give them to the Porsche factory and have them make it would be pretty awesome.
Oh, it'd be a night and day car because they'd go in and measure and be like, hey, your door gaskets needed to be an 1/8 inch thicker.
Yeah.
We're going to fix that, you know, and you'd get tighter wind tolerances and things like that. I would say what's cool about the 720 compared to the Pista, I would say if you put it Pista 720 488 GTB, the 488 GTB quality-wise is going to be better than the latter of the two cars. The reason is the 488's more comfort versus the 720's comfort, yet they still want you to be able to track it. And then the Pista's a fucking track car that you can drive on the street.
Yeah.
So it's going to have some wind noise. It's going to have some road noise. The Pista, or the 720, has wind noise, has road noise. Some is by accident, but it's to lighten the car up.
Yeah.
The 488 GTB, if you got wind noise and all that shit, your shit's fucked up. Take it back.
Yeah.
But Ferrari did a phenomenal job with the Pista, phenomenal job on the 488, and then McLaren kind of snuck in there in the middle of, our fenders don't have to line up. It's fast. And every time I hear fast now, I think of the dude who was doing the review on that motorcycle. This means fast.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a good car. Glad I got it. I was a little frustrated this weekend. I told Mike when he got back, I said, I know what's wrong with it. I'm not fixing it till later next week. Because fuck it.
When Mike pulled up, I just thought he kicked your ass in a race or some bullshit.
Man, I can tell you right now, with the way that car is now, I won't be kicking his ass anywhere. I mean, there's no way that. I mean, it's just plain noticeably faster than what I'm driving now, which I'm happy for. Honestly, I mean,
it took us a year.
To me, it's always. I mean, that's always the name of the game, is always trying to get better and faster and have more fun, and so that's the fucking deal.
A year and 4, maybe 5 cars to figure out one that could outdo the Pista. And it wasn't I'm trying to outdo Mike Ritland so I could brag. We honestly wanted to find something like the Pista was what we were measuring to, and we wanted to find something. Yeah. We could find one that could handle, but it couldn't keep up. We could find one that may be a little bit quicker, but it couldn't handle. And it was just back and forth. And the Pista, people ask, is the Pista that good? And y'all say it's the Pista show. It's not the Pista show. It's Ferrari just built a phenomenal car, and we want you people to know, if you got the money, don't waste your money on anything except for a Pista. Go buy a fucking Pista.
Yeah, I mean, and, I'm not, I won't keep it forever, I mean, so there will come a time, when I replace it with something. And even with that, like even as good as it is, like I don't want to hang on to it forever. I want to try other things, and if I end up similarly to you, like if I tried 2 or 3 other cars and ended up coming back to it, so be it. Then now I know.
Yeah.
I like trying new things out and seeing what else is out there, and even if I don't like it and think, well, shit, that's just not what I'm looking for, well, then get rid of it and find something else, or go back to what you like, or whatever. But to me, that's the name of the game.
I think that's what's fun about what we do, though, is we're not getting a car from the weekend from a manufacturer, signing these contracts saying we won't do this and this to your car. We go buy these cars. We beat the shit out of them in a good way, like they're supposed to be driven. If you look at the manufacturers, we don't go beyond their break-in periods and fuck shit up. We don't go beyond service recommendations. I mean, everything we do outside of tuning is how they recommend, and then how they recommend to drive them. They don't want these cars sitting. For these people who think it's cool to buy a car and set it in your garage, that's badass for you. The manufacturer don't want that. They want those cars beat the fuck out of.
And I would say, the difference between like beating the shit out of a car maybe is
that's probably the wrong way to say it.
We drive them hard.
We use them properly.
Yeah, I mean, like to me, starting it up, when the engine is under 100 degrees and putting it in full beans fucking mode and stomping on it, like that's driving. That's beating the shit out of it and being dumb to the car. All the normal protocols of making sure it's warm, making sure that the maintenance is done, making sure that it's safe. That everything is taken care of properly is there. It's just once the car is warm and ready to be driven, we drive it as hard as we can drive it to see what it'll take. And that is the one thing that, no matter what, you can't take away from that car is, I've had it for almost a year now, in another 6 weeks or so, it'll be a year that I've had it. I've put about almost 9,000 miles on it. And I drive it fucking hard. Every time I'm in it, I don't just casually drive around. Every time I'm in it, I drive it to have fun and hammer on it, so, and it's never had a single fucking issue. Not one.
No, if you see it driving slow, he just ain't warmed it up yet.
Yeah.
And I would say this, speaking of safety, you've been through, 3 sets of tires on that car already?
Including the one that it came with.
Yeah, and that's not because, we're changing them just to change them. We want the safest vehicle we can have while we're out on the street. So sometimes we prematurely change our tires just so we know we're sticking better and we're safe, and whoever's in the car with us is safe. Matter of fact, my tires could have probably gone another 2,000 miles this past time, but I changed them.
Yeah. The original set I put it had about 6,000, not quite 6,000 on it, almost. The second set I had barely 3,000 on it, and changed them. And they didn't need to be changed from a wear and tear standpoint. But, again, they were worn enough to where I noticed the difference between them being brand new and where they were now, and I didn't like it. And, agreed, like I want the best tire with the most amount of grip and the best shape possible when I'm driving the way that we drive, because, I'm not trying to fuck myself up, so.
No. What else you got on cars?
Fuck. Nothing. I got 2 of the 4 rims in, and so the other 2 are supposed to come in today, and hopefully I'll have the rims on the 911 tomorrow, and then can get a review video for you. But
you want me to bring those centers over while we're on the air, talk about random shit?
Yeah.
I think they'd look good on there.
Yeah.
Of course, you don't have to keep them.
Yeah.
Throw them away if you want. I don't care. Get them out of my garage. Let's talk motorcycles and Rohan finally popping his cherry.
Yeah. About time.
Rohan is no longer a 2-wheeled virgin.
I'm not. I got myself a 2018 Kawasaki Ninja 400, and it's been the most fun I've ever had. It's fucking awesome.
With your clothes on.
With my clothes on, yes.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I rode that ass naked on the way to South Lake.
You what?
I rode that shit ass naked on the way to South Lake.
Did you?
Yeah.
It's a good call.
Yeah.
Fucking 20 degrees.
So it's a 400. What all are you planning to do to it?
ECU flash tune it, which takes off the governor and kind of opens her up a little bit. And then a new exhaust on it, which will come early January as soon as the place that I want to go buy it from gets it in stock. I'm going to do a cat delete and then just kind of see what more I can do to fuck with it.
Yeah. How fast have you gone now?
I went 75 miles an hour when joining a highway just to get up to speed, but that was kind of it. I haven't really pushed it or her hard.
Why do you call it her? Why don't you just call it a bike?
I haven't pushed it hard at all, or myself, because I'm kind of still terrified. Whether it just be, traffic not seeing me or not yet too confident in my skills to be able to weave in and out of traffic. I'm confident that I'll be able to go fast and brake hard if I need to, especially having ABS, which thank you, Matt and Mike, for making sure I got fucking ABS on my bike.
Yeah. Well, we care about you.
Yeah.
Oh.
But, I mean, I haven't gone really fast yet. 1, because I do want to live. 2, I don't really take her on highways, kind of just getting more comfortable with it. I've only had it it'll be 2 weeks on Tuesday. Well, tomorrow it'll be 2 weeks. But yeah.
Yeah, don't let anybody force you into doing something you ain't comfortable with. Even if you hear us say any jokes, again, a lot of what we say on here is joking around. Mm-hmm. It's part of having fun, you dicks.
Yeah.
But anyways, like if I say something fucking with you. Don't take that as, oh man, I need to go on the highway and try to do 140 miles an hour. I myself, and this is no bullshit, I had a buddy named Will. He had a R6 or a F600. It wasn't the faster 600, but he's the one who pretty much taught me how to ride outside of dirt bikes and all that. Street bikes to me is a little bit different animal than a dirt bike, but man, I'd ride around his apartment complex, and I did that for months, you know, and I was only on the weekends I'd go over there, but I'd go take a couple laps every time we were over there. And then when I got confident, I'd go to the gas station down the street, snag his drinks, come back. That's why I got pretty good at riding around with shit in my hands. And then, you know, one day, and this had been probably 4 to 5 months of riding around and doing bullshit, I needed to go home to grab something. He lived in Garland, and I lived in Mesquite. And he's like, dude, just take that. I'm like, fuck, I think I had to change clothes or something. Yeah. It wasn't something where I needed to bring back a bunch of shit. So that was my first time riding a bike on a main road and the highway and everything. And man, I was so fucking nervous the first time. Fucking, you know, when you don't realize your head goes the way, the bike goes where your head's pointing. And I'm looking at something over here to see if I'm safe. And next thing you know, you're like going towards the curb. And it's like, fuck. So I learned a lot. But yeah, don't let anybody pressure you into thinking you have to go out, jump on the highway, and drive like a bat out of hell. Hell, you rode around for a couple months, right? Around so much that we pretty much have a stretch of a loop around here that we call the Ritland Loop. Yeah.
I mean, I still do most of my sport bike riding around here. I mean, within 10, 12 miles of here, I guess. But I'll stay off a lot of the interstates on purpose just because they're always fucking busy, you know. But yeah, I mean, it was a couple months of riding before I felt comfortable getting out on an interstate and you know, doing 80, 90 miles an hour on it. But yeah, I mean, to me, like, you know, to echo what Matt said, there's no reason to push it or do shit that's uncomfortable or what have you. I mean, do what makes sense, do what's going to build your confidence, you know.
Yeah.
Push the envelope skills wise. Just don't be dumb about it. You know, I mean, that's how you're going to learn and get better is to keep trying and, you know, going a little faster around turns and, you know, getting more comfortable and whatever, but there's no rush, you know. That's the biggest thing. There's no rush to get all that and push it faster than you're capable of or comfortable doing. You know, just take it at your own pace and enjoy it. But
yeah, I mean, being behind you, turning onto that highway Saturday, that was fucking cool. Seeing you just kind of take off like that, that was awesome.
Yeah.
I got off that highway immediately just because there's no access road for that little stretch. But I got on, hit like 70 miles an hour, and that combined with wind. I was going to take it for a few more exits just to get comfortable, but I was like, fuck, no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah. If it's windy, you don't want to be on a
400.
Yeah, you don't. It sounds silly, and I'm not making fun of you, but a smaller bike and a lighter bike in the wind sucks ass.
Dude, oh my God. I was just going to work, and I saw the wind was like 20 miles an hour. I'm like, oh, this should be fine. I didn't see the wind gusts were 45 miles an hour. And my, that Kawasaki weighs 392 pounds wet.
Yeah.
And, man, I had to stay in the rightmost lane because I would get pushed over to the left and then take it all the way back. And that's just every single gust. I would be, you know, as full right lean as I felt comfortable doing. And it was just pushing me left.
Yeah.
Let me just tell you, as somebody who's, I wouldn't say the most experienced rider, but if you want to get made fun of, be tucked at 60 miles an hour. If I ever see you doing that, I will make fun of you.
I don't think I've ever tucked.
Huh?
I don't think I've ever tucked. I don't think I need a tuck on a 400.
I'm pretty sure. You can tuck on a 400. Some people tuck and they think they need to be tucked. The reason you tuck is because the bike is, basically you're going so fast, the wind is trying to pull you off the bike. So you use the aerodynamics and tuck down behind the windscreen and basically make a shell out of your body where you can still see through and you can safely go where you're not getting yanked the fuck off the bike. Now, if it's cold, get it tucked down to the heat. But if it's fucking 70 degrees, 80 degrees outside and you're tucked at 60, I'm going to make fun of you.
I mean, usually it depends on the bike for sure. I mean, but I know on the Aprilia, I mean, you can do 110, 120. I mean, I've been up 130 without being tucked, and it felt fine, you know. But
yeah, because the first time I rode it, I think I was 130, 140 going down the bush, and I was like, fuck, I don't need to tuck yet.
Yeah. But, you know, jump on the fucking bobber, and at 85, you're like, God damn, there's nowhere to tuck on that is the thing.
You ain't tucking on this bit.
Yeah.
But what fucked me up on this is we go to lunch, and Clint's like, oh, man, I've had it this fast.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, fuck that. I'm going to do it on the way home. It's fucking raining and cold, and I'm fucking
God.
balls to the wall.
No, I remember, I wouldn't say we raced, but we were going fast as fuck. He and I met for dinner. This was years ago when he had that same, it was the bronze, smoke bronze or bronze smoke, whatever the fuck. Anyway, I was in the E63S tuned, and I remember, I had to get up to fucking 130 to drop him, which on that thing, I mean, it won't go much faster. I think 108 is about as fast as it'll go too, but yeah, he pushed that thing every fucking bit of as fast as it would go at night. No helmet, fucking just a hat on backwards and a fucking flannel, doing 110 on that thing, trying to keep up with me in the E63S again at night, you know, on 75, fucking all that's fucking north.
Dude's a fucking nut.
Yeah,
and not in a bad way.
Yeah, he's just when it comes to bikes and cars, he doesn't have much of a self-preservation factor worked into his genetic code.
I mean, the thing is, other than the bike, you got to kind of know your skill level. If I'm skilled enough to do it, and what you've seen me do it, there's times when I've been with the bikes and y'all are in cars that I'll go way back. And it's not that I can't keep up. Sometimes I can't keep up. Y'all are just going so fast and I'm not going to risk it. But on the straightaways, I could definitely catch you. But it's like, is it worth the risk of me wrecking this motherfucker just to fucking catch up to these guys?
No, hell no.
And it's usually when someone's driving like a jackass that's with us or following us, and it's like, oh, fuck it, I'll meet them there.
Yeah.
And that's just smart. That's knowing when to save your own ass, not trying to catch up and show off. I promise you a 6,000-pound car against one of these don't work out.
Yep. And to me, that's, if there's one thing you take away from all of this, is that don't let your ego dictate how you ride.
Yeah. Or drive.
Yeah.
Same thing. Driving's
Same
just
thing.
as bad.
Yeah.
We push the envelope.
Yeah.
On everything we do. And we're going to get into, Rohan got some two-wheel action, and next year we're going to bring in you guys to some shit we've done in the two-wheel world. I don't think I fully shared what I've done, have I? No, I haven't told anybody. You haven't told anybody what you've done, have you?
The new thing?
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't told them.
Yeah.
Rohan,
We'll
told
say that for the new year.
No, I haven't told anyone.
Okay, don't tell nobody.
Nope.
I wish we could put up that Santa picture.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm excited for you guys to release what you guys got next year. That shit's cool.
I'm really excited that you got a bike. I want you to get comfortable on it, and we'll go cruise one day around here.
Yeah, that's what I'm excited.
Yeah. You have to experience the Ritland Loop.
Yeah.
Like I was planning to. I got on my bike today to drive it up here and just take East Beltline all the way. But it was fucking cold as shit, man. I was leaving, and I was, halfway down that main street where I live, and I was fucking shivering. I'm like, this isn't worth it. If I bring it next week, I'll bring it next week, but it's got to be warmer. Turn around and put it back in the garage.
I planned on driving or riding too today, and then I said, fuck this shit. I got a truck with a heater.
Yeah.
Fuck this.
For me, I don't mind. I don't enjoy the cold. I'll ride in the cold. I know last winter there's a lot of times where I would and still will. For me, it's if it's wet though, I don't want to go out. To me, it's that's not worth the fucking risk, in my opinion. No. When the wheels are getting or the tires are getting wet and it's fucking cold, then you just have to adjust how you ride.
Yeah.
But I don't want to ride when it's fucking wet out.
No, I don't like wind. I don't mind cold. I've rode in the cold. Hell, we rode last year with the fucking grip heaters on.
Yeah.
Or was that the beginning of this year? Maybe it was the beginning of this year.
Yeah, it's probably the beginning of this year,
but we were riding, and it wasn't fucking warm out.
Yeah.
Like I'd go put long johns on underneath and fucking jeans and my leathers.
Yeah.
And then heaters on the grips. But some people be like, y'all pussies, fuck you. I'll be a pussy.
Saturday was probably the coldest I'll ever ride.
Yeah.
Unless I was wearing like compression tights underneath, like one of those Under Armour heated whatever compression
I
tights.
have compression tights to make his shit look bigger.
I mean, most people just call them long johns,
Yeah,
but
that's
you know,
what I call them.
whatever.
Wearing the long johns or the skins.
But
Something like
I mean,
that.
if I was wearing those, but I was
Compression
wearing
You wear some hunting coveralls, get you some Carhartts.
Carhartts.
You'd be
Goddamn.
the fucking man if you pulled up in some motherfucking
That's why I'm excited
Mossy Oak
for.
camo
Yeah.
in this bitch.
I'm excited for the one in January. Hopefully, it's if it's like a warmer weekend, either at one of the fucking park up front meetings, park up front meets. I'll fucking ride over here and then see you guys fucking do pulls and shit. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
You want to do what with poles?
No. See,
Fucking. Well, shit.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Merry fucking Christmas.
Happy
We
Hanukkah.
may do a surprise episode next week, but don't hold your breath. You'll know because a preview will pop up,
Yeah.
bitches. But if not, we hope all you you ain't got nothing else, do you?
No.
Rohan, you got anything else?
No, not
Good,
at all.
fuck off. We hope all you guys have a safe, happy, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate. Have fun. When is Kwanzaa?
You're asking the wrong guy, but I will say for everybody, this being the last show of the year, probably. Thanks for tuning in all year.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a good year, and we appreciate you tuning in week after week.
If things go right next year, we got some cool shit coming.
Yeah.
We will definitely know here pretty soon. But we appreciate y'all. Have a happy, safe New Year's as well if we don't talk to you. And that's about it, guys. Peace, bitches.